an eChampions League so far where we just saw Man City not having a great campaign with Tex, Bonanno could be a real highlight for Manchester City.
Especially because he's familiar with the competition. He was the runner-up back in 2022, and I do think he has what it takes to win the whole thing this year.
Maybe Argentina and Manchester City a bit synonymous with each other. Sergio Aguero, Julian Alvarez, from Nicolas Otamendi in there as well, and now Matías Bonanno. He has been incredible, and in an eChampions League so far where we just saw Man City not having a great campaign with Tex, Bonanno could be a real highlight for Manchester City.
Especially because he's familiar with the competition. He was the runner-up back in 2022, and I do think he has what it takes to win the whole thing this year. So I'm interested to see what happens, because I do think Emre's game style suits him really well against Mati, but Mati can adapt to everything really, so let's see what happens.
Well, here we go, we are underway. Group C action here from the Champions League group stages. It's going to be Manchester City from left to right in that blue strip, and from right to left, red top and white shorts, will be Emre Yilmaz and PSV. Early green time strike there from Pedri getting forward. The big thing for me, in FC24, we've had this power curve of play styles that have been constantly changing, constantly adapting, and now, obviously with Team of the Season, we've got a lot of 3 play style plus players. We're almost taking a couple of steps back with the actual items used, because a lot of the players have only got 1 playstyle plus, and some have got 2, just like this man, Didier Drogba, cuts it back to Mbappe, and Emre Yilmaz within 5 minutes is 1-0 up.
This is a goal we're going to see from Emre quite a lot, because he cuts back really, really good in that position in which you don't know what to do. I mean, the passing to Drogba was really good, and then you panic in that situation because there's not much you can do. As we can see, the defenders are not as good stats-wise as we can see in other competitions. So I do think the Mbappes, the likes of Drogba, are going to move better inside the box.
Do you think we've got a real big turnover right now of the attacking players being so superior than the defensive players?
Yeah, I had the chance to talk to Mati and Edu in the hotel yesterday, and they felt like obviously the defenders are worse, so it's going to be manual for you. If you defend well manually, you'll be able to defend. But if you're not a great defender,
and
what will happen
rely on
is
like a Van Dijk to come and bail you out, or a Lucio or someone like that.
This will not happen in here. So if you don't defend well, what will happen? What we've seen, people conceding 8, 9, 7 goals. So you got to defend well. And I wanted to mention as well how they both played in the global qualifiers. In the winner bracket, Matías winning 3-2 with a goal in the extra time. So let's see if Emre takes his revenge.
Well, they often say a revenge is best served in London.
I guess they say it, yeah.
Mbappe just offside. The secondary match that we are going to keep you up to date with is the Eredivisie champion in PSV and Team Ajax up against Leverkusen, Mark LDW, who qualified through the virtual Bundesliga.
Nice pass.
Mbappe cuts it back to R9.
Oh,
what a save from Donnarumma.
Amazing.
That is unbelievable. It looked like a guaranteed goal.
That's got to be safe of the tournament, and we're just in the round number 4. Come on.
Well, it'll be live 45 minutes.
Wow. Nice.
That's incredible.
Let's see what Pedri does with the ball in here.
Player locked into Mbappe, cuts it back to R9, red times.
But again, if we talk about the defenders, Kompany should have easily swept the ball, but he didn't do it. So that's why you don't rely on Kompany.
Let's have a look at PSV. You mentioned the name and he appears. Modric floated to the back post. A lovely finish on the left foot. As we go back with our live fixture, it's Drogba in on goal. Big save from Donnarumma once again. And Mbappe can't direct the rebound into Drogba's path.
That's a brilliant save, and that's not a situation you can afford to miss, because I do think when you're playing in the Champions League in the group stage, those 1v1 situations have to go in, because we just saw Need and Tex pretty much scoring every single 1v1 situation they had. So if you don't score those, you'll be suffering in the counter-attack.
You absolutely will be. Gavardio getting forward. He's been in goal-scoring form recently for Manchester City, and it's PSV on the attack here to put 2 against City. That was green timed. R9's little touch just away from Cafu, teasing the Brazilian battle, and has to concede a corner. Let's see if Emre Yilmaz has been working on his corners. We saw it earlier on today. He certainly has been, and that's Drogba forcing a great save from Donnarumma. Green time the header. Of course, you expect perfection from Emre Yilmaz with his timed finishing.
Now, Richard, you have a chance to breathe because Pedri is going to be running with the ball. And those set pieces, you cannot take a breath in those because it's just like a penalty.
A huge step out from the back there from Vincent Kompany for Emre Yilmaz, and he's greened it at the near post, but it's all come back. You talked about manual defending. He stepped out of the defence with Vincent Kompany, won the ball back, and as he did that high up the pitch, he's managed to turn Bonanno over.
And for me, what amazes me about Emre is the way he just creates runs. I mean, as you said, you mentioned Drogba just running, and you had the chance to pass it to R9. But so what do you do? Because as a defender, you have two center backs, but you have a possible pass to R9, a possible pass to Drogba. It's a 50-50 situation.
Yep.
He decided to go for the R9 pass, which wasn't the one that got done. So nice goal, but it's really a tough situation for a defender.
It's a lovely green time finish as well.
It is.
Say, at the near post, took the keeper completely out of the equation, and a pause I think we're just currently in right now as we're going to get this game back underway very shortly indeed. 2 goals early in 20 minutes give Emre Yilmaz a lead against Matias Bonanno. I can hear the celebration from the crowd, which means we're back underway.
Not only those 2 goals, but if we go just a bit backwards, 1v1 situation saved, and then the other Donnarumma save as well. This could be easily 2-1 for Matteo. It could be 2-2, but you miss your chances, and now you're 2-0 down, and it's a tough match because Emre will keep coming for you. He'll keep creating chances, and if you don't defend well, he'll keep scoring goals, pretty much.
We're seeing Emre Yilmaz winning, we're seeing PH winning, and we just saw Levy pick up a victory. The Eredivisie, whatever they're feeding them over in the Netherlands is certainly working, and what a division as well, the Eredivisie turning out to be. Mbappe just looking to recycle on the edge of the box. Toni Kroos picks over.
Nice defence.
That's a nice ball over the top. Didier Drogba up against Nicolas Soule. Don't know if I'd be saying that back when we started the campaign. Here is Drogba, a couple of step overs, and Soule just forces it behind for a corner. We saw a couple of corners for Emre Yilmaz. It's early, he's whipped into the near post. It's probably a little bit too much for Drogba to try and bend that neck and angle his header goalwards. But he does get another chance, does Matias Bonanno. You see the pace in which he's taking this corner as well. I want your opinion on that. Why is he taking these corners so fast for people at home?
Because you cannot move the keeper and you cannot defend it manually. So a goal comes in, as you mentioned. 2-1. It's pretty much unstoppable when it's that quick.
And it's the pace of which you're not dilly-dallying on the corner. You're putting the ball down. You know exactly where you want to aim it already. And then that header as well. Green time from Didier Drogba. Just a glancing header. I'm going to ask you maybe a $75,000 question.
Okay.
Because it could help a lot of our players here.
Okay.
Is there any way to defend a corner like that? Have you found anything this season?
For me, the thing that works the most is not moving the keeper. Because if you move the keeper, it's going to be too quick. So you're going to be put in a tough position in which the keeper won't be able to catch a ball, but he won't be able to save it. But there's not much you can do, really, because first corner wasn't good, second one wasn't good, but then the third one, there's not much you can do, really.
Pedri getting forward, sliding in Didier Drogba. He's the man on town right now.
But this is what we'll see from Emre. Cutting back every single chance he has, because, I mean, when he finds... Oh, this is a mistake? No. Because when he finds those spaces, it's really difficult to defend with the likes of Soule, with the likes of Kompany.
I'm going to ask you that. You've almost read my mind. You're our 3 icons. Are you surprised no one's gone with maybe a Laurent Blanc at centre-back or a better defender and take it? Because we see Cafu used in a few of the teams.
The thing is, Cafu, you're attacking with a right-back which...
Can Cancelo not do that job, though? And someone like Blanc is so much better than Nicolas Soule?
For me, no, because...
I think we've just got an issue there.
Yeah.
Looked like his controller just became disconnected very quickly, but he's back underway.
Yeah. But because Cafu has the whip cross, which Cancelo has as well, but if you compare stats, Cafu's just much better. And you got to attack with a fullback. At least one.
Yeah, Gavardiol, he does a job for you. He gets forward, and that's came. Oh, beautiful play. It came from Gavardiol into R9, and then that little pass extra around the corner.
For me, everything happened because of the player lock.
Yep.
I mean, the player lock was kind of...
Talk me through it.
As we can see, the player lock's activated. It just takes Mbappe in an angle in which the pass can go to the other striker. And there's not much you can do because inside the box, Emre will be just so methodical in a way.
Precise.
Yeah, precise as well. And really, it's just quick and precise.
I don't know if you're going to get the camera on Bonanno right here, because him more than any other player, I think, the communication that he has with Edu. They're constantly talking. Would you like that as a player? If you almost in an open conversation the entire game?
Not really, in a way, because sometimes that can lead to confrontation, and you never want confrontation. So you know why that's happening, because they've been working together for 3 years. So they know what they can say to each other. They know if they have a confrontation, it will be solved in just after a match is ended. But sometimes, for example, Novak Djokovic in tennis doesn't like to talk really with his coach between the game, because it feels like it's
disrupting. Or
yeah, and they don't really understand what's going on in his mind inside when he's playing. So that kind of happens to Matthias as well.
I suppose what you've got as well with Edu and Bonanno, because for a lot of their time together, the only thing they've had is success.
Yeah,
it's a winning formula.
Yeah, I mean
Bonanno clearly wants him there.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes it really works for them, because, for example, Matthias in the ePremier final was just getting chances, and you know, just Edu being beside you, just telling you, you're doing good.
It'll come.
It will come. Then it came from a set piece. He scored.
Here he is, Bonanno sliding through to Mbappe. Good defending again from Emre Yilmaz and Vincent Kompany.
Nice tackle. Coming back from what you were saying before, for me, midfielder has to be an icon. So Pirlo, Xavi Alonso, whatever you like. Then you gotta use Drogba as well.
No Ruud Gullit.
No Ruud Gullit. The only player in the competition that's using Ruud Gullit is Nacho Abella, the Real Oviedo player.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, I don't think Ruud Gullit is that. Sorry, Ruud Gullit, if you're watching at home. We know you're a big FC fan. I don't rate him as much this year. But
not necessarily do you not rate him as much, but do you not think that with only 3 icons, one of those icons probably has to be Drogba because of the aerial plus, because of that get out of jail free card that he gives you as an item. A second one, you're probably thinking an attacking player, R9 or Henry, and then that third player, that midfielder. Could Gullit be in that position instead of R9?
No, not really. In my opinion, no, because R9, I think it's just when you are in those situations in which you're, I don't know, just you gotta score a goal in the last minute. I prefer R9 to be on the pitch rather than Gullit, because I don't know, because of the 5 stars weak foot.
Carlos thinking that the mystery league's from the Spanish 2nd division. I can tell you, Carlos, you are incorrect, unfortunately, my friend.
No.
It is not. That's one to cancel off. You can cut that one out now. Let me know as well at home. You've got 3 icons to choose from in these specific requirements. Which 3 icons are you taking?
And which positions as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So, who are you taking? And give us a little explanation as well. If you give us a good explanation on why you're going to take it, I'll have a word with production and I'll get you down there, okay? I'll get you on the screen.
Your 3 picks if you were playing this competition.
I really like Xavi Alonso.
Okay. I'm with you.
I feel like Drogba has to be in.
For sure.
And then, you know what? I'd go Gullit.
Because he's watching.
Yeah. Rude. We're good friends. Don't you forget that.
Didier Drogba has to be in every single team, because the only player that's not using him is Andreas, and he's struggling.
Yeah.
1 point out of 6, as I mentioned before. And the thing is, the aerial plus, we talked about it in the pre-show. I mean, the aerial plus, the stats. Are you going to play with Erling Haaland, 3 stars weak foot? I don't think you are.
What I could have said is Ashley Cole, Kaka and Ruud Gullit. The 3 players at the eChampions League that I've had the chance to commentate with. Emre Yilmaz getting us back underway. He's leading 3-1 with 45 minutes left to play. And as we talk about icons, we get another one joining us in the commentary booth right now to witness PH Zin dominating against Mark LDW. It's Drogba at the back post, and he's 4-0 up after 48 minutes. I talked about icons. Ryan Pessoa, welcome to the commentary booth.
The icon himself.
I actually thought it was Casey coming in. So I gave the spiel. What you made so far of this game, Ryan?
No, it's been an incredible performance from Emre Yilmaz. He's on the attack again. Perfect timing. What can I say? Rich was digging me out, and then Emre Yilmaz finds the back of the net.
It just greens everything.
Everything. The green machine. I mean, we mentioned it last year. We mentioned in FCPro as well. I mean, he doesn't miss a time finishing. And Ryan, you know how hard that is really, because when we're playing at home, Champions and stuff, it's red time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm spinning it out for a throw-on, I'll be honest. It's going out for a throw-on.
And especially under these lights, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's nervy. And you're still greening everything. The composure that he shows and the winning mentality. A lot of people, when they talk about who they think is going to win the Champions League, not only from the groups who's going to progress, but the actual winner, Emre wasn't in a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
We were looking at PhD, we were looking at Nicholas and maybe Tex or even Bonanno, PhD. Emre wasn't in those conversations. I actually think it's a bit disrespectful that he wasn't in there.
Yeah, I get you. I think it shows just the level, though. You've got the likes of Nicholas, you've got Neat, you've got Tex, you've got Levy, you've got Man. There's so many players that could rival him for that title. I spoke about Jesus. For me, he's someone we overlook a lot. He scores a lot of goals. And
chance here for Bonanno with Didier Drogba. Went for the power shots.
Yeah, your favourite.
I do like a power shot.
Maybe in squad battles, Rich. Not here, no. Not here.
I'll have you know, I'm a verified rank 1 player.
You did. You did. You know what? Fair play.
I did.
Fair play.
Cafu out wide. He's that attacking fullback, just trying to bring extra players into it, as R9 with a couple of step overs forces the tackle from Beasley, but a high interception up the pitch brings it back for Emre. Drogba wins the knockdown. R9 with the strike. Again, Beasley in the way.
What interested me is the first round, Emre was losing 1-3 and he managed to come back and win the game 4-3. Now he's leading 4-1. Is he going to be able to do the opposite?
I think he's just getting better and better every round.
I'm with you, Rich. I think, obviously, we see the scoreline in the end. We see the nature of how Emre made the comeback. You have to remember who that's against. That's against Rory Feldman. You go years back, Gravison, you would know. If you played against Rory Feldman before, you know that to score a goal against him when he's in the lead, he's happy to keep possession. In the eChampions League a few years ago, Rich, we were commentating the game together. Against Michael Fisher, it was in the knockout stages. He kept the ball, I kid you not. It was
80 minutes.
It might even be 85. Michael Fisher didn't get a sniff.
I remember the match against Matías Bonanno in the 2022 finals, in which it was extra time, and Roy was like, I'm happy to go to PKs, really. I'm happy to go to
around
penalties.
the place. Yep. So to score 3 late goals against him, it shows the level Emre's playing at, and he's on course to get another 3 points on the board, defeating Matías Bonanno. As it stands, though, there's still time to come back.
Well, we are just in a pause right now between Bonanno and Emre Yilmaz. I speak of the pause, and we are back underway very, very shortly. A few changes being made there for Bonanno. I just want to see if there's any personnel. Do we see any fresh stamina bars on the pitch? That's a dink over the top for Drogba, but Shuley at the back.
No way. If he got that, honestly.
No way.
Oh my goodness. Drogba is he's a force to be reckoned with. The strength, the aerial dominance as well.
And he can move a bit.
Yeah.
He can move.
5-star weak foot.
Just
Trust
a bit.
him.
Just a bit. They have fairly similar teams, both of them, with Cafu, with Pedri.
Speaking of Cafu, he floats it into the box. Shuley up and away. The player lock header down. Falls Emre Yilmaz's favour, and it could be a dangerous looking counter-attack. There's still 30 minutes left to play. There's loads of time left in this game. If Bonanno scores before 70, you probably think he's got a chance to get back into it. However, Emre Yilmaz, every single attack, he comes forward, looks like scoring.
There's just something about Emre Yilmaz, the way he plays, the way he sets in the hours with the coach. It's just the setting of the tempo in a lot of games, and he just always seems to be on the front foot.
Big mistake.
This could be game, set, and match. Trivella past the goalkeeper. Beautiful finish. Emre Yilmaz 5-1 up.
Not even a flinch.
It was the tackle. It was the company tackle. I do think he had time, but look at that tackle. It was out of position, and then the Trivella is an easy finish. But yeah, if you make those mistakes against the best players in the world, in which in this case is the defending champ,
punished.
You'll get punished for sure. That's a convincing result against Matías Bonanno, 5-1.
Well, could be 5-2. Company again, good piece of defending. What's gone wrong here, Ryan, for Bonanno?
I think you just come up against a player that's just on better form, to be completely true. He's just somebody that's playing a better FC24 at this moment in time. And for Matthias, he actually had to overcome in his first round today.
Obstacles, yeah.
And obstacles. He was 2-1 down at half-time, managed to overcome it and win 4-2 in the end. So he's not had his traditional level of performance so far as the days progressed. But Emre Yilmaz potentially could have made matters worse there. Still can. A mistake, and that's number 6.
He's just so aggressive.
He's aggressive. I mean, he doesn't give you a chance to breathe because, I mean, you just got the ball with Modric, you're about to turn, and then the press is there.
Yep.
He's like a concrete blanket. He just lays on you, and there's nowhere to go. I mean, look at that press.
Yeah.
And it's also the player switching from Emre Yilmaz to get that
forces
player
you into the mistake.
The thing is, and what's so good about Emre, he'll second man press, and when he knows he has the chance, switch it, and then you go for it. And there's I mean, you're controlling with company, so you don't really have that skill.
A question for you both. You've both been in positions where you've competed in a lot of big tournaments, and especially in groups where you come down to a group format, and maybe it could be a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
You're in a situation, you're 6-1 down. Does goal difference ever come into your mind where you're thinking,
yeah,
absolutely, just make sure no more?
It's in my mind from the first game. You have to make sure that you're aware, because you know that could be the tiebreaker, that could be the difference. Here he is, Matthias, trying to get a goal back in this game. But again, just good defending for Emre.
Not creative enough in the front foot.
Group stages.
He's very close to us.
Yeah, group stages.
Probably hear us.
Yeah, he can. He's looking at you, I can see it in the corner of his eye. But I was just saying, group stages, it's a tough one because you want to start off very, very well. I've had two sides of a coin where I've started off badly, started off great. It's the mindset going into the next games. It's so important.
How hard is it to reset round by round? Because we always say, you've got to get up for this next game. This is the game that you've got to win. But that last match that you just lost 6-1 will be playing in your mind still, Graf. How do you even comprehend resetting and trying to go in with a clean mindset into a next round?
For me, what's the most useful thing you can do is do something completely different. So you can just, I don't know, just go for a walk and then look at something outside in the street which doesn't relate to FC at all. Because if you think about FC, you'll think about the result and you'll think about getting crushed 6-1. Yeah. So you gotta put your mind into something else, completely different. Maybe going for a coffee, maybe going to a bathroom, whatever. But if you just feel like FC talk, you'll remember the match and you remember the mistakes.
It's a great play.
9 in here for Bonanno, could make it 6-2.
This is an important goal because the goal difference.
Yep.
I mean, for example, if it was a head-to-head in the first decider, it didn't really matter as much. But when it came to goal difference, that was why I think, for example, in the Tex against Need match, that last kick of the game, Tex was concentrated, attacking well, because that goal could have been huge.
Huge.
Is there a comeback?
No.
I'm going to say no.
No.
If Bonanno puts the headset back on, you know he's locking back in.
The thing is, you're losing 2-6, and the goal difference is a huge thing. In my opinion, if you end the match 4-6,
it's a win. It's not a win, but it's
not a win. But
you salvage something.
Yeah, and you're coming into the next match with a different attitude.
You go get that coffee with a smile on your face, thinking that could.
Well, I don't think you. I don't think you do, Rich.
With a better smile.
Yeah.
Mbappe over the top here for Emre Yilmaz, looking to re-establish that 5-goal lead. Bonanno defends well. Will this be both of these two's hardest game in the group as well?
I guess we'll have to see.
For me, I said this was the group of death. Just because you've got Rory Feldman in here, you've got Virgil as well, who's sitting out this round. So
could be a chance. R9.
What a save! What a save again! And in my opinion, the moment of the game, it was when they were 1-0 up for Emre, and Mati had those clear chances. He couldn't convert them, and then you can see the second goal. You can see you're a
waterfall.
You're behind every single moment of the match, and it's really hard to come back.
Beasley getting forward. Ousmane Dembele, a little flare pass around the corner. But with 5 minutes left to play, it looks like all she wrote in this round 3 matchup from Group C. It's Bonanno and Emre Yilmaz. Could be a future game we see in the knockouts. Could be a future final. Both players certainly have the ability to get that far. And Emre Yilmaz will be looking to go all the way and lift that eChampions League trophy 2 years in a row.
Rich and I were talking about the 3 icons we would use.
Yeah.
Yours, Ryan.
Oh, Drogba. Oh, okay. Never mind. Drogba has to be one of those. I think he's a cert just for the aerial plus play starting the dominance. Yeah, that's a tick. That's number 1. Yeah. I would say it's out of Pirlo, Xavi, or Xavi Alonso.
Yeah.
Just for the playstyle plus of long ball pass, I'm going to go with Xavi.
Okay.
Just above Xavi Alonso. And then I think I'd go with... R9 seems to be a banker. I would probably go with Henry just for the finesse shot plus again. I think playstyles are so important this year. I think they should cater a lot of the way people build their squads. I heard who you said already, Rich.
Yeah.
And for the people at home, we read you at the chat, and Rich is going to talk to the producer to put you on the stream. So
great build up.
Oh, it's green as well.
Save. And that's the reason.
He didn't save it.
Is that the reason why you're not using R9?
Yeah. Listen, see, I've just been I've just been justified right there. You know what? I'm taking Henry. That's it. My decision's been made up.
Well, there you have it. 6-2, the final scoreline between Emre Yilmaz and Matías Bonanno. It was a hotly contested match until Emre Yilmaz pulled away and solidified himself an emphatic victory